Hello, today we'll be talking about the last of the Yes 5 Percure mascots, that being Syrup. So let's get on with the information on his character. Syrup is a fairy who debuted in Yes Percure 5 Gogo. He is a delivery boy who can deliver any kinds of letters to any place along with his partner, Melpo. He has two forms. He can turn into a human and a giant bird, used as an aerial transport when necessary. Due to his amnesia, he couldn't remember his past and searches for the rose pact, so he can go to the Percure Rose Garden and regain his memories. It is also revealed that he once worked for Eternal, the main enemy of Gogo, and has relationships with Flora, the protector of the Percure Rose Garden. He enters his sentences with Ropu. Syrup appears in the 5th season of Percure series. Yes, Percure 5 Gogo. He made his debut in episode 1, and his home place is Percure Rose Garden. His role is that of a mascot, and his alter ego is Shiroh Amai. His theme color is orange, and he is voiced by Romy Park in Japanese, and Patriarca Gabriele in Italian. His image song is Syrup's Drop. Syrup is a tan-feathered bird-like fairy with green streaks on the sides of his head. He wears a red scarf around his neck. He has a partly white face with brown eyebrows and belly, and has yellow webbed feet. As Shiroh Amai, he is a boy with scruffy hair who sports an orange uniform with a brown shirt and red necktie, and carries a blue race bag. He wears trousers and brown shoes. He has a loose light brown belt around his hip. Initially, Syrup is distrusting and hostile, and holds a strong grudge against Coco for a while. Despite this, he spends time with the group, although he constantly questions why he does. He is straightforward and hardworking, but loves eating pancakes and wants to eat as much as he can, hence why he starts working at the school. Syrup was initially harsh towards Aurora, but he gradually forms a bond with her after he learns to understand how much of a kind-hearted and accepting person she is. He thought of Nozomi as weird when they first met, but befriended her after a while. Nozomi has sympathy for him when she realizes he is lonely and is always there for him whenever he has those nightmares. Syrup and the princess know each other, but Syrup holds a grudge against them. He always makes excuses to avoid being with them or doing anything for them. But when he decides to be with the Percure to find the Percure Rose Garden, he begins to warm up to the princess. He cares for Flora deeply and sees her almost as a mother figure. He is heartbroken when she dies. His name's Syrup. In cooking, syrup is a thick, viscous liquid containing a large amount of dissolved sugars, but showing little tendency to dispose crystals. The term syrup is from the Arabic word sharab, meaning beverage, via Latin syropus. His last name, Amai, which is his human alias, is a pun for his real name. Amai means sweet, sugary, which is a reference to his real name. The second, I, means well, which together with Amai means good, sweet, well sugared. His human first name, Shiroh, uses a pun of his name that Karen Miyazuki Kurokawa accidentally said aloud in public before stopping herself, explaining that this is the first time the name is pronounced the same as Shiroh in Japanese, but uses katakana despite this kanji family name, similar to Coco's human alias, Koji Kota. Syrup was raised by Flora ever since he was born. One day, Flora told Syrup to deliver a letter to Boss, but Anaconda attacked him, gave him amnesia. He tried staying in Plowmere Kingdom, but due to considering Coco as a liar and feeling like an outlier, he left. As he acted as Eternal's delivery boy, he still dreamed of the garden until he met the cures. Syrup meets Nozomi when she is trying to deliver a letter to Coco. After getting Flora's message and promising to help, Nozomi asks Syrup if he can deliver the letter, but he refuses since he does not like Coco. Suddenly, Scorp shows up and tries to take the Rose Pact, and in the mess that endures, Syrup's airplane form and mascot form are revealed. Syrup, holding a strong grudge against Coco, once had promised to help him but was unable to, asks in episode 23 if Coco is just going to rely on others to help him figure out how to strengthen the crown. He runs off and is later tempted by a colony to steal the Rose Pact. She says that just giving it to the Eternal would stop them from hurting the Percure since they can destroy them easily anytime. Later at Nuts' house, Syrup asks for the Rose Pack, and Nozomi gives it to him with a smile. Syrup runs down the stairs, but bumps into Coco. Coco notices the Rose Pack and picks it up, but Syrup grabs it and runs off. At the clock tower, Syrup talks to Maypole, trying to convince himself that what he's doing isn't really that bad, and no one will get hurt if the Rose Pack is just given to Eternal. Milk overhears Syrup and tries to convince him not to do it, but Syrup flies away, leaving Milk and Maypole behind. While Percure and Milky Rose battle a worker of Eternal, Syrup is about to give the Rose Pack to Akane in exchange for the perfect report that contains truth. Remembering the time he spent with Percure and the others, Syrup refuses to hand over the Rose Pact. Akane destroys the report and is about to hurt Syrup when the Percure, Coco, and Milky Rose arrive at Eternal's headquarters yard. Taking advantage of Akane being distracted, Syrup hides behind the door before accidentally entering up in the Eternal's office. He is finally moved by the kindness and becomes Secure's ally after seeing them defend him despite his betrayal. Shiroh Amai is Syrup's human alias, which he uses in public to move around freely. After accidentally revealing himself at the Percure's school, he starts to work at the lunch cafe in exchange for eating whatever he wishes for. Fact number 1. Syrup is the first mascot who can do 2 transformations with his own powers, followed by Pop, who can do much more. Fact number 2. The hostile way Syrup behaves at first is slightly similar to Nuts, except for his being distrusting and awkward in a different way. Fact number 3. His color motif is the colors of Syrup. Fact number 4. Syrup shares his voice actor with Shadow from Yes Percure 5 movie, Yes Percure 5 Kami no Kuni no Miracle Daigogen. Fact number 5. Syrup is the first bird-like mascot to appear in the franchise, followed by Amora from Go Princess Percure. Fact number 6. During the introduction of the movie, Syrup acts as the monster who is defeated by Coconuts, that being Coco and Nuts as Percure. to explain how to use the miracle light to the audience. And that is the information of Syrup. Now we will be going over the villains of Yes 5 and Gogo, starting with 2 villains, Garima and Gemao. So see you next time.